Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there. Welcome, everyone, to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Episode 483. What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. And hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful day. And we're talking AEW Dynamite. Here's what's happening so far. All right? Ricky Starks goes one-on-one with Juice Robinson, but the match is ruled a no contest. Now, we've been hearing whether or not Jay White is going to the WWE or AEW, but we got our answer. Jay White came out and helped Juice Robinson attack Ricky Starks, ruling the match a no contest because I think the bell did not ring. So, it was all a setup. So, Jay White, I think officially is a member of the AEW roster. I think he's trying to bring Bullet Club to AEW. Tony Schiavone interviewed Chris Jericho, and Chris Jericho talking about the victory that Daniel Garcia fought in the matchup and got the victory. And Keith Lee interrupts Jericho and got into Jericho's face. So Keith Lee and Jericho one-on-one be an interesting matchup for sure. And then a trios match, the House of Black against Orange Cassidy and Best Friends. I think the trios title was on the line, but the House of Black did retain the title over Orange Cassidy and Best Friends. Christian Cage and Luchasaurus were about heading to the ring. They're about contemplating about whether or not Christian Cage will break his silence. We'll see what happens there. The AEW Women's title was on the line. Jamie Hayter versus Riho. And Jamie Hayter did retain her title against Riho. Renee Paquette interviewed the Outcast. That will be Saraya, Ruby Soho, and the lovely Toni Storm. And they're addressing Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker. 2.0 Jake Hager wanted to introduce the Acclaimed, claiming that the Acclaimed had joined the Jericho Appreciation Society, but they say no. And they were arguing about it. So, in other words, the Acclaimed don't want to be a part of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Then it's MJF Day in Oyster Bay in the town hall. MJF was given a key to the city and a certificate on the whole 9 yards. MJF came out with a band of a little one of those classy bands, playing jazz. MJF came out, sang a little song, Pennies from Heaven, which he's a pretty good, talented guy. If you think about it, he's a good singer. I got to give him that. He can wrestle in the ring, but sometimes he acts like a total jerk. When you know what? When you have all that talent, hey, you have the right to be the way you are. And then they celebrated MJF Day on Dynamite. And then the Symbolists came out and started clashing the cymbals and playing around. MJF got upset, and then the dude drops his cymbals, releases the mask and everything else. It was Jungle Boy. Him and MJF started brawling, and then officials separated two of them, and then I separated the both of them, and then and then while that was going on, Sammy Guevara came out, was holding up the title, taunting both of them, and now here we are in the matchup against Commander, and that's where we at right now. So I will get back to you on the matchup as we continue on for Sammy Guevara versus Commander one-on-one. Alrighty then, the end result of that matchup, Sammy Guevara picked up the win against a very game Commander, and this Commander guy can move. I mean, see him fly around the ring, balance himself on the top rope. Boy, I thought The Undertaker had great balance on the top rope. This guy, Commander, better balance, let me tell you. It helps that he's a little smaller than the Dead Man, but might I digress. But watching on was MJF, the world champ. And the other two pillars, Jungle Boy was watching, along with Darby Allin was sitting on the rafters. And then, after the victory, Tony Schiavone interviewed Sammy Guevara. Guevara got on the microphone and said, hey, he starts talking about, how he should be the world heavyweight champion. And not MJF, not Jungle Boy, not Darby Allin. He says he's worked hard, he's built the company up. One of the pillars, he starts dissing MJF, and I'm going, oh boy, this ought to be fun. So, and one thing about MJF, MJF is one thing about Sammy Guevara. He's not afraid to shoot from the hip, and so that was the case. So it will be very interesting to see what happens. So Tony Khan still having a special announcement to make, and then you got the titles versus careers matchup. The Guns versus FTR. FTR loses. They're done in AEW. Let's see what happens now. So let's see what in the world is happening. So we'll see what happens when we come back. Alright, a lot of craziness is happening around here. And let me tell you something right now. This is going to be totally crazy. And the FTW title was on the line. Hook versus Ethan Page. During the matchup, Isaiah Cassidy had the referee Bryce Rensburg distracted. And I think that in holding the title was Ethan Page, but Matt Hardy prevented him from grabbing it, and then ended up hitting Ethan Page with the title. Hook hooked in the red rum, and Hook won the matchup. And then there was a newest member of the broadcast team of AEW, Nigel McGuinness, has signed on with AEW, and had Tony Khan and Adam Cole make this huge announcement. And this is the huge announcement: is this, and that would be the AEW All In pay-per-view will take place Wembley Stadium, London, England, August the 27th. That's right, August 27th, Wembley Stadium, London, England. The first major wrestling event since SummerSlam. Since SummerSlam, we're talking about 31 years ago. Unbelievable. So, that's a huge deal in England. I'm sure people in England are going completely bonkers for this. Really cool. Well, right now, it is a trios matchup. The Blackpool Combat Club is facing somebody. We don't know which trio they're facing, and we'll be right back as we find out who. And yeah, they're about to hear from the Blackpool Combat Club coming up next. So stay tuned, folks. This is gonna be crazy. Well, the Blackpool Combat Club took it's Moxley, Castagnoli, and Yuta took on Three Locos, beat the snot out of them, and Bryan Danielson headed to the ring, talked about what being professional wrestlers, loving professional wrestling, and how others like the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Adam Page were amateurs. Adam Page came down to interrupt. He tried to attack the BCC, but then the BCC attacked him back. Bryan Danielson grabbed the microphone, kept on talking, and then all of a sudden he grabs a screwdriver and attacks Hangman Adam Page with it. And so next up it will be the so it's kind of grotesque. Somebody's got to check out Hangman Adam Page. Up next, the main event. The tag titles are on the line against the AEW careers of FTR. If FTR wins, they become the champs and stay in AEW. If not, they leave AEW and possibly head back to the WWE when they made their name. Who knows for sure. So we'll see what happens. So until then, guys, we'll see what happens. This matchup will happen after the commercial break. I'll tell you the results of that matchup. Not only that, but I will give you the results of that matchup and conclude this video. All right, so stay tuned. All right, both teams are still going at it right now. The main event, ladies and gentlemen, FTR challenging the Guns for the Tag Team Championship. And if the Guns lose, they're done in AEW. But if the Guns win, FTR is out of AEW. But if FTR wins, they'll become the Tag Team Champions again. FTR has dominated every organization from the WWE, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, Ring of Honor, AAA, IWGP. And believe me, there's only one place left they can go to, and that's to Impact Wrestling and capture their tag team titles. And they can go capture the New Japan Strong Tag Team Championship. I believe that FTR has proved itself to be a team. If they go back to the WWE, add a new dimension. To add a new dimension to challenge Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. But let me tell you, it's going to be a heck of a fight. Well, right now, this is a heck of a fight. We'll see what happens. We'll see what decision AEW is going to make with FTR. It all depends on what happens in this matchup afterwards. So, stay tuned. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that match is over. We have brand new AEW World Tag Team Champions in FTR. Looks like I think they must have heard what happened in the WWE, so they're staying in AEW. I'm not surprised that would be happening. That means the WWE kind of blew a great chance to bring tag team wrestling back to the forefront, but knowing that Endeavor bought the company and put Vince McMahon as executive chairman of the company, of the WWE, that isn't going to happen, I'm afraid. So a lot of people could be upset with Vince for this. So you can all thank Vince McMahon for being an idiot. That's for sure. Because you know what Vince McMahon has not realized, that his ideals for storylines are outdated. Remember, this is the 2020s, man. It's not the 80s and 90s no more. As much as I love the 80s and 90s, when it comes to professional wrestling, we got to do the here and now. And Mark Briscoe came in to celebrate with the new champs. So Mark Briscoe having a lot of respect for FTR, whatever. And I believe that Mark Briscoe says he'll be going forth. He can complete in trios, matches, 8-man tags, or even multi-man matches. But he will never do 2-on-2 regular tag team matches anymore with the passing of Jay Briscoe. That's another thing. Before we end this video, I'd be amiss if I not address a death in the WWE family, or especially or wrestling in general. A legend, a Hall of Famer, had passed away this week by the name of Butch Miller, a.k.a. Bushwhacker Butch. Passed away at the age of, I believe, 76. God rest his soul. Been a partner to Bushwhacker Luke, for over 50 years. They made their prominence well known in the NWA as the Sheep Herders. They came over to WWE as very popular Bushwhackers. I had the honor of meeting the Bushwhackers back in 2001, I believe. 2001 at the Wayland City Festival. Had my picture taken with them. It was an honor, an ultimate honor, having both members, Bushwhackers, taking a picture with them. I felt like I fit right in with the cowboy, with the hat and all, and just do a little hokey thumbs up, and you know, having a lot of fun with the Bushwhackers. It was an honor. They asked me my name. They were really cool guys. You know, they're really two awesome guys, and I was happy for them being in the Hall of Fame. But I was honored to have my picture taken with them. It was really, really cool. So, my condolences and prayers go out to Butch and to the family of Bushwhacker. To Butch's family and to Bushwhacker Luke. And I gotta tell you, Bushwhacker Butch will be missed, and the legacy of the Bushwhackers will live on. Whoa, yeah. We'll miss you, Butch. But Bushwhacker Luke, I'm sure the spirit of Bushwhacker Butch will be beside you, my friend. And I know you carry him with your heart forever. Rest in peace, Bushwhacker Butch. So, I will end it on that. That's all the time we have on the show. Episode 483 of Eric Lima Shenanigans, 1977. AEW Dynamite Event Center. And And I appreciate you guys watching. And if you like this video, watch it. Subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, give it a like if you want to. If not, it's okay. Views count. Views count good for me. Views are good. So, I will see you guys later. And I'll be available tomorrow on the Dugout Crew podcast, hosted by David St. Dennis on David St. Dennis' channel. Also, Rant and Rave tomorrow at 8 p.m. on the Brandon Martin channel. Also, tomorrow, be playing some Press Your Luck. Big bucks, no whammies. I'll see you guys later. Until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production. And in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.